Day and a half later, DoorDash banned me as well, and this was DoorDash's response to me.
Do y'all remember the DoorDash girl from TikTok? The one that pulled the Emmett Till maneuver? I didn't even report on it initially because I didn't think it would gain so much traction, but it did. And if you didn't hear or see what I'm talking about, a female DoorDasher accused a man of essaying her. She would then go on to start a movement to try to get the customer locked up, but that backfired. And I'm here for every second of karma actually showing up to work early on a Monday. Now, this DoorDasher came to a customer's home and he was passed out with his pants down, which is weird. But what's weirder is she would then record the customer and say she was assaulted and post her video all over the socials. Her original post kept getting taken down for guideline violations. Obviously, you can't record naked people in their homes and then post it as content. Well, at least on TikTok. Her instructions were to go to the door and drop the food off, not look inside the residence and begin filming what you see inside the residence. That's a clear violation. But after the incident, she would post her original videos to TikTok and complain to DoorDash. The customer in the video would be banned forever from DoorDash, and the very next day, DoorDash would fire the female dasher for what I thought would be valid reasons, and that would be the obvious recording of a customer naked in their home. Now, the customer might have been drunk, ordered DoorDash, and fell asleep, but the customer never woke up, and some people are saying the dasher opened the screen just a little bit to actually get that footage. But the part that I never understood in this story was, how does she think she's the victim? But she began making numerous videos claiming SA, and also that DoorDash was complicit by firing her.
Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job, and they won't tell me why. They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation providing you the reason why and a link to appeal, and they didn't. So I contacted support, and they made me sit on the phone with them for 50 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why, and I have to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why. So my chances of getting my account back, they have my money in that account. I was working. I was literally working, and they deactivated me. This is related. They just punished me for posting about my sexual assault while DoorDashing. They just fired me, and the police are doing nothing. I lost my job, and that was my only way to make money to pay my bills.
And this is why I didn't report on the story when it first broke. She kept saying she was a victim of SA, but according to the laws and penal codes, no pun intended, and the common sense of the situation, once again, I didn't think the story would gain any traction because the man was asleep on his couch. But let's read the defenses he could use. In order to be convicted of public lewdness, you must have intentionally exposed yourself in public. If your pants ripped, for example, resulting in exposing yourself by accident, you would not have committed the crime of public lewdness. The DoorDash customer was in his home and unconscious, which would completely disqualify him from committing a crime. And she committed the crime of voyeurism, illegal recording of an individual in a compromising position, and could even be on the hook for revenge porn, because once she was fired, she kept posting the footage. The crazy part of all of this is she could have gotten away with the charges, but the only problem is she kept making TikTok videos.
You guys, my account is currently at risk of being banned because I had to explain my story one time, right? They took the video down and gave my account a strike. So I explained my story again and censored the video that I have just so they can't take it down for the same reason. They took it down for the same reason again, and now my account has a second strike. Guess what? If I get one more strike, I'm banned from TikTok. So not only did I get assaulted 3 days ago on October 12th on Sunday, I then lost my job. The police are doing nothing. And if I get one more account strike on TikTok, my account's done. This is a man's world. I'm the victim. Remember, I'm the victim. And they took down my video. They were going to have to pay me for my second story time because that was over a minute long. They were going to have to pay me for all those views I got. So nope. They took that right down. They took that right down. Absolutely not. They're not paying me for that. Nope.
Now, did the former DoorDasher try to monetize revenge porn on TikTok? Absolutely. This is seriously a case of not reading the room in the slightest. She recorded a naked man in his home and claimed to be the victim. TikTok didn't see it that way. and neither did the police. And she was fired by DoorDash, so obviously they didn't see it that way either. But maybe it was the length of time that DoorDash took to respond to her that made her think that they were complicit. But to be honest, she was fired and her appeals were denied almost immediately. And she blew up the story so much that DoorDash was forced to make a public statement. Now, after receiving those 2 guideline strikes on TikTok, she wouldn't post the video anymore. She would tell her online community was for her protection, keeping the footage for what could be coming in the future. But in my opinion, I think she knew that the police were hot in her trail because, like I've been saying this whole time, what she did was a crime.
Hi guys, it's the DoorDash girl. I'm also Olivia, but I prefer to go by Liv or Livy Henderson for anybody who's wondering. And for anybody who's just now hearing about this, what happened is October 12th, 2025, I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver, and my customer requested that their order be left at their front door. And when I arrived at their house, their front door was wide open, and they were within eyesight of the front door, laying on the couch indecently exposed to me. And I reported this to DoorDash, and I want to clarify, I did report this to the police the very next morning on October 13th. And DoorDash did ban the customer. And then a day and a half later, DoorDash banned me as well. And this was DoorDash's response to me. There have been a lot of people saying things like I entered the customer's home or I opened the customer's door, but I can assure you that I did not do either of those things, and I have obtained irrefutable proof that the door was already wide open when I arrived to the customer's house. But due to its importance, I cannot post that proof at this time. And to all those that have been supportive of me during this time, thank you so much. I've been seeing your comments and your videos and your messages, and trust me, I won't forget the love that has been shown to me during this time. And to any large creators that have made statements on my situation and then further retracted that and then issued me an apology, I appreciate that. Thank you.
The last clip would be her about 3 to 4 weeks ago. I kind of thought the story was over because she wouldn't post anymore and nobody was speaking about the story any longer. But what I didn't know was the same officers that she alerted that she was SA'd began investigating her for the crimes that she committed against a DoorDash customer. And when the police finally gathered all the evidence that they would need this morning, the former DoorDasher was arrested.
Breaking news in the DoorDash case, DoorDash girl has officially been arrested. Hi, my name is Stephanie. I'm a criminal defense attorney, specifically a public defender. And I've been following this case pretty closely since it happened. So I got sent some information this morning. I independently verified it. And Miss Olivia Henderson has officially been arrested on 2 felony charges. Now, why was she arrested on felony charges? Because like I said from the beginning, she's the one who committed the crime, not the individual who was in the home. So let's go through what we have and show you the proof. Now, I blocked out her name, but this is the police blotter, or I blocked out her address and her date of birth. But this is the police blotter, all right? And the arrest date is there, and the 2 felony charges are right here. I'm just zooming in myself to take a look. But we got, what do we have? We have unlawful surveillance and dissemination, okay? Right there. All right, so this is just the police blotter. I'm going to show you the actual charges in a second. And this just shows down here that she was issued a field appearance ticket and she has a court date coming up. So this is her. She was given an appearance ticket. She has to come back to court, and I'll show you the court date. On the internet, you can look this up yourself. Incident date is October 12th, which matches to the incident date that she put on our page. And her next court date is going to be December 4th, 2025 in Oswego City Court, which is the town in which the incident happened. So all of this is verifiable on the internet. And here are her charges. Like I said, these were the charges that I thought she could be charged with, and this is what we got. So we have unlawful surveillance and dissemination of a surveillance image. Both are felonies, which means that prison time is an option.
Yes, this is an offense punishable by prison time. Do I think she's gonna go to prison? Absolutely not. But it does suck to live in a world where a false accuser doesn't receive the same amount of time as the perpetrator of the crime. Meaning, if false accusers were on the hook for the same amount of time that the perpetrator would get, I'm pretty sure there'd be a lot less false accusations out there. But in her case, I'm pretty sure she won't see a day in jail, which is really a shame because nobody's thinking about that DoorDash customer. How would you feel if you got drunk, fell asleep in a compromising position, and your DoorDash recorded you and put it up all over the internet? That's crazy work. And we all know, if the situation was reversed and a man was recording a woman asleep, he'd be on the front page of every newspaper in America by the next morning. I could just imagine the headlines now. Demon Dasher deserves death. Or the documentaries Netflix was gonna make. But like I said, she won't get any time.
Not that she'll get prison time, but she can do prison time on these. They are non-violent felonies, which means that it would be it would not be a lot of prison time, but she can do prison time on these depending on her criminal history. So like I've been saying from the beginning, the person who committed the crime is going to be the person arrested in this case. And the person who committed this crime is obviously Olivia, the DoorDash girl. The man committed no crime, or else he would also be arrested, which he is not. So for all of you guys out there that were defending the man, or I'm sorry, defending the woman, clearly the law says otherwise. The law says otherwise because they did arrest her. They did give her 2 felony charges, 2 e-felony charges, both of which carry a prison sentence if she goes to trial and loses. She could get probation on those. There's a whole slew of things that she can get, but she was charged with 2 felonies for video recording him in the privacy of his own home and disseminating that image to the public. And this is why we do not record our crimes and put them on the internet for the world to see. But it's important information. I wanted to get it out to you as soon as I got it and as soon as I verified it, because unlike other creators, I verify my information before I go online and post it for the world to see. You can also verify that information yourself if you go on webcrims and type in her name, it will pop up. So if you want to independently verify it yourself, you can do that as well.
And I did go online and verify all the information before I dropped this video. But that wasn't really new for me because I do that with every video before I drop it. But when Olivia's videos first came out, I never thought she was gonna go to jail. And to be honest, I really think the DoorDash customer is in the right, but I still thought she would get probation or something. To be honest, this is one of those rare times where a woman makes a false accusation and is punished for it. Now, I don't know if the punishment will be justified, but today, I'm happy just seeing the step in the right direction. But let me know in the comments, do you think the DoorDash customer was naked on purpose? Or do you think Olivia the DoorDasher deserves every piece of trouble coming her way? And if you made it this far, click the left side of your screen to see why 6ix9ine's home was burglarized and his mother was held hostage. And also, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share to be aware, put me in that algorithm because I need to be there, man. I know there's 10 other streamers out there doing it like me, but...
Fuck that, I look damn.
I'm maxed out.